Right, here at the NZB Standardbred National Weanling Sales, which has just concluded, or not long concluded. Catching up with Chelsea faithful. Firstly, welcome.
Hi Paul, thank you for having me.
The number one question on everyone's lips is going to be, did you buy a horse today?
I did not, unfortunately.
You put your hand up a few times and then got blown out of the water. They were nearly getting knocked down. I saw you and then they just kept going after that.
Yeah, there was a couple nice ones that I was sort of half looking at, but they just went a bit more than I wanted to spend. So, I've got a couple weanlings at home, which probably made me keep my hands down a bit longer than what I would have liked to have.
It's actually a good point, because the one reason I do want to talk, promoting the weanling sales and horses, and you find all these hidden gems, if you like, and gems that come through. You've got a ripper, Ideal Crowns. Did not know at the time when I was wrapping the horse that it actually was a weanling sale graduate. $5,000 I think you purchased?
Yeah, so she got passed in, I think it was 2 years ago, and got to give Cam Grant a bit of a plug. He was
Don't.
he pushed me, sort of went and got some extra photos for me and that, and so $5,000, I was like, you can't go wrong, American Ideal, and she's been a real diamond in the rough, really.
Yeah. Well, she's won one. I don't want to know how many placings she's won, because they're a little bit of a sore point, I would imagine, but just under 50,000, I think last I checked, unless she's ticked over $49,000 in stakes so far, and there's plenty more in the tank.
Yeah, I think that's about roughly where she is, and for me, she's taken me on one hell of a ride, and the owners are over the moon as well. It's something that all of us really could have only dreamt of, so great for a start to her career.
A lot of people try to get into the game by going horses that are up and going, buy them off someone else, and we'll buy that horse off Paul Campbell and we'll be able to improve it. When you have a horse for a long period of time, you touch them, you smell them, you feel them, there's a real connection, isn't it? It makes so much more. You must be really proud of what's been going on. Yeah,
super proud of her, to have her from a weanling, break her in and do all her preps and that. Yeah, she's just the ultimate wee professional, really, and hopefully she'll only improve. Everyone tells me that the American Ideals get better with time, so she should, and the couple trips up to Mark Jones's and that done her the world of good. She's home and out for a break now, but bouncing around the paddock like she's never been anywhere, so looking forward to getting her back in.
The thing is, use that wee term a lot in Australia. Wee means little. She's not overly big. She's got some growing to do that will only help her later on as well. Yeah,
like she's a 1st of January foal, so she should really only develop and strengthen up a bit. So she's never going to be overly big, but she's a good size. I'm not concerned about that at all. So looking forward to bringing her back.
What do you do with her?
Well, it's a bit of a sore spot that she's not paid up for anything, so she's going to miss a lot. But on the other hand, she's going to get a bit more time out to develop and strengthen up a bit. So at this stage, she's probably going to go. There was meant to be an Ace of Diamonds, but HRNZ have wiped that now, so she's not eligible for any Group 1s for the rest of the year. So there's a listed race, which is maybe a question mark. Otherwise, I guess look at Southern Oaks or the Group 1 Northern Oaks.
Yep, which means a bit of travelling, unfortunately, but the part's going from there. Don't stress over not being paid up for. There was a pretty good mare called Jada Rose, wasn't paid up. I think it was a Breeders' Crown. She might have been size eligible. She wasn't paid up for the Breeders' Crown, and everyone was saying, oh, what a shame it was. I think she won close to $800,000. Left horses like Guaranteed and that. Don't worry, it ain't a bad thing that you're not taking them on. Might be a sore point when you see them and you think, I could be a part of it, but the flip side of it is you might be making the horse later on as well.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. So she's not going to be getting all the pressure put on her like some of the other fillies are going to be. So, she'll be all the better for a little bit extra time in the paddock, being a late foal and that, so not too concerned.
How many are you working?
There's 6 there, but only 2 now in work. Just finished a breaker, and there's a weanling there that I purchased, and so just tried to keep the numbers down while I went away, and there's a few to come back in when I get home. So
you still helping Nathan out in the mornings? You do part-time there in the mornings?
Yeah, Nathan's from 7 till 1 and home at this time of the year.
I'm just getting cold thinking about it.
in a rush to get them done before it gets even colder and darker, so No.
It must be trying down there these time of year.
It is, but to be fair, we've had it pretty good. There's been some pretty cold mornings, which turn into decent enough days, but it does get cold pretty quickly. But I think the forecast is meant to be for a fair bit of rain while I'm up here, so I could be missing the worst of it.
I did notice the drivers today at Winton, they were rugged up to the nines. Kirsten Green had the scarf up around her neck and you couldn't see it. So, but it did look dry, it did look sunny, and it's a beautiful part of the world. That's one thing I will say. I love my time down there, and hopefully I get to go back down there going from there. You didn't buy one today. You did help some people to purchase one, so that's always encouraging.
Yeah, a couple of owners that have got one with me now, they brought a wee major colt. I think they might look to try turn him over next year in the yearling sales. He looks like a nice enough wee fella. But yeah, I would have loved to purchase the relation to my filly, the wee 7 shillings colt, but when I've already purchased a couple Weanlings privately, it just sort of stopped me from doing that. But yeah.
He was a cracker, wasn't he?
He was a lovely wee colt.
Good long neck, good long walk, just loped along. He was one of my picks. He didn't have much of a haircut either, so you even rated well with me there as well.
Yeah, no, he was a cool looking wee fella, and he looked like he had a bit of a character to him too, so yeah.
Chelsea, well done. I think it's a great story. Hopefully it continues for you. As I said, mightn't be a bad thing. You know, a quiet end of the year. You never know what happens at the start of the next year. So I think well done, great story. Look forward to seeing you back here next year for the Weanling sales. But hopefully I catch up with you way before that.
Yeah, no, thank you.